Hi guys, I'm here to give you a collective general energy reading, but I'm not going to use cards. It's nice to use cards, when you're trying to pinpoint people and and who might be watching the what you're presenting here, and that's kind of the main reason why, especially readers do that. Because there's if you just open yourself up to kind of the group collective, you just kind of get general energy, and you could mentally pinpoint in your head somebody, but it's kind of like a violation of privacy, right? No, I don't like to, and this is something that clairvoyants should understand, and this is actually something that you guys should think about. If you're thinking about somebody, make sure you're doing your best to look at anybody that you're thinking of in a positive light, because growth is all about justice. And this is something that I didn't really understand about justice until pretty recently. And I always had kind of a negative outlook at justice, but you don't have to actually apply justice yourself to yourself, possibly, just forgive yourself and move forward and just forget the past, right? Because the past is an illusion. Now, an illusion, the past is also a way to learn, and always learn from things that you did in the past. But usually the lessons are pretty simple, and the lessons have more to do with thinking negatively about people in your environment. Now, if somebody's attacking you, right? I mean, there's no reason to think negatively. Your guides and your connection to source will take care of anything like that. All you have to do is love them unconditionally, and just, if you remain silent and understand that maybe it's not you that they're attacking themselves. If any one of us tries to attack each other, we're just attacking ourselves, right? Because we are, it doesn't matter what you look at in this universe, it's a unified field of consciousness. There isn't anything that's separate. There is no such thing as a perfect insulator. Think about that for a while. If there's anything out there that isn't moving energy from the thing next to it, then sure, if you can prove that to me, I'll believe your story that somebody could possibly attack you. But the reality is nobody really can attack each other. You're just attacking yourselves. I made a video not too long ago about Kung Fu Hustle. I love that movie. It has such a powerful message. And I'm kind of getting off track here. I'm going to give you guys a general energy reading here in just a second. But, I get on my podium and I start talking about, spiritual lessons. But Kung Fu Hustle is all about, martial artists are attacking each other, right? Attack me, I attack you. But the reality is, and this is the deeper meaning, soon as that, when our main character gets to the end, and he gets attacked by the beast actually shows his beast nature, right? To feed, he turns into like a toad and starts smashing into him in his toad form. And so he gets shot way up into the clouds, and then he sees the Buddha palm, right? And then he's like, oh yeah. And then he closes his hands and he just falls out of the sky, and then just puts his palm out, and he presses the beast into the ground, and he doesn't harm the beast is just stopped in its tracks. And then the beast tries to attack him one more time, and he just sticks his hand out like, no, right? And what that is from an energetic level, it's when somebody's trying to feed off of you energetically. Um, if you're creating positivity in your environment, and somebody tries to feed off of you energetically, where they're like, maybe they're trying to do anything, could be a love spell where they're trying to pull you towards them or something. That's they're trying to feed off of your energy, right? Because they don't feel whole internally, and so they feel like they need you and some external thing out there to support their reality. um, the whole business community is all about external validation. And so all this stress that people cause themselves through trying to do any kind of external validation is what that part of that ascension process. And people are having to learn, because people are starting to break off from groups right now. And this is part of the energy reading, and starting to isolate and say, hey, I need to heal, right? And part of that healing process, and if you're watching this video, I hope this video is helpful for you, because everybody, what you start to realize is every single thing out there is for you, and it's helping you. I got a fly buzzing me. It's helping you heal in your environment. And the best way to heal is to just, and this is my personal, theta healing is such a powerful thing, because you just get into a state where you're just in a meditative state and you just observe the thoughts going through your mind. And if they're negative in any way, they just will naturally flow into a stop. And negativity could be anything from being afraid of what's going to happen tomorrow, to thinking negatively about somebody, because unconsciously you're actually pulling energy from that person and you're feeding energetically off your environment. You don't have to feed energetically, because you are source. Your heart chakra is connected to every other point space-time, and it's the beginning of your creative circuit. So hopefully I'm creating healing energy for you from my throat chakra and my third eye chakra, because I'm envisioning all of you that's watching this, that you're all healing from the things that I'm saying. And so always take care of yourself. If you ever feel tired, rest. Simple as that. And believe that you'll be taken care of, because your belief is actually controlling your reality. I wrote I Am the Fool a long time ago, and that 0 point is the beginning and ending. That's why pi is an infinite number, right? 3.1417, blah, 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 blah. Maybe it's not that. I don't know. 3.14 something. Might be 2 fours after that. I don't know. I can't remember. Anyway, it's let's fly. It's descriptive of everything comes back full circle. I'm working on, another project besides my YouTube channel right now, but I want to make sure that I'm connecting energetically with all of you every time as I'm working and trying to finish this bigger project for the group collective, because we all heal in stages and we're all moving through things. And so what we're seeing in the group collective, and that's why the bigger businesses are retracting, is because anybody that's trying to control one another is getting kind of their hand slapped, because as more energy moves through the system, right, we're going through a huge energetic upgrade this month. As more energy moves through, you can't energetically feed off of each other anymore. The system is changing. You have to start providing positive energy to your environment. And if it feels like if you need to feed off of the people around you, or if you need some kind of external validation, always just, my recommendation is just take a break and think about, okay, what am I doing here? Why do I need this? Why do I need this external validation? And believe that you'll be taken care of, because the process is all about purification of the heart space, to be able to let go of anything you did in the past. Okay, so what if you was feeding off everybody in my environment in the past? It's all right. The sword of justice will fall, and we all will learn our lessons, right? And to make sure that when we're moving forward, we're practicing self-care and healing, because the more that we heal and the more we become a conductor for the people around us to heal, the more we heal ourselves. I was really encouraged by a reader that I saw the other day, who took some time off, and she came back and she said, she admitted she needed to do her own healing. And she, in the past, she said she was ascended, and we're all ascending in different levels. If you really understood where we're going over the next 10 years, nobody would ever say that they're ascended, because I believe we're going to start manifesting, and I've seen it in my visions, that we're going to start manifesting things that have never been seen in this planet recorded history. Something that happened during the fall of Atlantis, because that was the last half cycle that fell. All the other 2,000-year cycles before now, ascended beings came in and came into, to show people the way, but that way got distorted. So all these spiritual texts that we see out there, and I'm not attacking any specific group or anything, but it's always a filter that's looking at the underlying state of reality. So whether or not the Bible is an excellent tool, the Hindu texts are an excellent tool, Buddhism is an excellent tool. But when I take books off the shelf about any one of those subjects, they all are just concentrate on the best life you can live now, but you're going to die. The reality is that we die every day, right? We die to old versions of ourselves every day. And the only way to really attain true immortality in a lifetime is to allow yourself to die every day to continue to grow, because that's how we grow, as we continue to die to old versions of ourselves, and we come into deeper and deeper understandings of ourselves. It's all self-discovery. So I don't expect anybody to need me for their own journey, but I would like to be a witness of my own journey so that people can say, wow, this is great. And so once you understand that you are witnessing your own journey for people that are in different energetic states, and to support those people, then that's kind of what we're going through, right? And the YouTube online community is right now is some of the most advanced community, because they're just naturally attracting what they need from their environment and just giving that healing energy into their environment. Now they're attracting proportional to the amount of healing energy that they're providing for their environment, right? So like if you're doing a reading and you're just talking about just conflict after conflict after conflict and keeping people in kind of karmic cycles where they feel like they need to attack one another, then there are people that will feed off of that, and you will attract that energetic group, but you'll stall yourself eventually, because you'll have to move to a higher mindset to make sure that, you know, um, people need to understand that there's nobody out there against you, and that everything is just a learning lesson, and you're ascending in your own evolution and growth so you can heal yourself and in turn heal the people around you. I hope this is kind of a good message. Not only that, but it's what I feel in the group collective right now. There's a big understanding and learning process that's going on, and it doesn't matter how I target it, whether I take the masculine and feminine and show how the masculine, because the masculine is your structure and your choice and what you do in a day in and day out, but it's also it's defining the structure and the conductor of what kind of energy you're moving in your environment. And sometimes you have to take long breaks, and it's okay to not interact with people to make sure that you're healing, so that that conductor becomes a more efficient conductor for the divine, so that source can flow from you into your environment. And then you just naturally attract people will feel attracted to you and come into your environment as you become a better conductor, because that's what you're trying to do. Don't ever feel like you need to sell yourself, but present yourself, right? Don't be afraid of getting out there and letting people see you and say, oh, this is how he's doing, this is how she's doing. Yeah, simple. And just create balance in your life, right? Don't ever be afraid that you're not going to be taken care of. Everything's going to be fine. As long as you're providing that supportive, loving energy to your environment, it will support you. And, start with your immediate family. If it feels like, and, sometimes you have to, it increases your level of discernment and intuition of people that you need to move away from. But if I recommend this, and use your own intuition and discernment as far as this goes. And some people, you can't tell this, right? It wouldn't do you any good. But establish those firm relationship boundaries. Say, hey, look, if somebody calls you and tries to tell you what they think you should be doing, say, hey, look, I'm just on my own journey here. I'm not trying to control you. Please don't try and control me, right? Don't try and control the decisions I make. I'll never try to do that to you. I'll just support whatever you're doing, because it's what you're doing is going to teach you something. And even if you can see what somebody's going through and you can see that it's going down a negative pathway, just try and be supportive of them, in the best way that it feels like you should be, and show them gratitude and love for them in being in your life if they want to become a part of your life. It's a very narrow road and a very narrow thing to walk, because you don't ever want to push people away. Make sure that they know that they're always accepted, but always set those boundaries that say, hey, look, I'm not really interested in you bringing conflict to my door, but I love you unconditionally, and if you want to support me, the way I would love to be able to support you, then let's do that. Right. Yeah. I hope this was as good as possible for you guys today. I really want to get on here and give you guys a general energy reading, but I mean, sometimes it doesn't involve cards, and it doesn't need to involve cards, right? We're here to support each other. And cards are just a means of kind of targeting energies, and people will resonate with, oh yeah, I need to do this. That's a good idea. And I've gotten good feedback from my environment by doing that. Humble yourselves before each other. Make people understand that the people viewing your channel are just as important as you are. And because the reality is all of us have the same amount of self-worth once we really realize who we are. We don't have to go to each other for advice, because our advice is always going to come from here internally and our connection with the divine, because all of us are connected. And like I said, the Father and I are one, just like you and I are one. I've got a video that talks about that. And I don't have any comments on that video. It's kind of interesting that I don't have any comments on that video. You really have to understand who you are. You are not disconnected from anything in this reality, and you never will be. Doesn't matter what kind of process you go through, whether you go through physical death or if you never go through physical death. You're never really disconnected from anything. And when you open yourself up to that and really understand that at the deepest level, all that ever was or ever will be is you, and you're just growing into that state over an infinite amount of time. And then we all grow together as all those soul groups that are ascending in different levels start to finally grow together. We're all going through a process. And so, the process that we're seeing it's like the end of a long, cold winter where, the organism, in order to heal, there are dead cells that will be shed from the body, and that's okay. Those people might come back at a certain time, or they'll go somewhere else to learn more lessons somewhere else. It's all part of the process. And we all learn through each other that way, how to apply justice in our own lives so that we grow and make sure that we're still moving forward in the healthiest way possible. So, general energy reading for today. Love you guys. Infinite amount of love for you. Like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I want to support you guys and be supported at the same time. So, love you. Bye.